Hey guys, so this video will not be about food, it's not going to be about cooking. Lately I've been getting many questions from my friends and my followers on how I feel about coronavirus, and there are certain things that I would like to address to a broader audience, and I will be happy to hear your opinion on them. In this video I would like to talk about fear using coronavirus as an example. Nowadays our society is exposed to many things that trigger all these negative emotions such as anger, sadness, anxiety, jealousy, etc. And fear is the most dominant emotion that many people are going through right now. And now hear me out. Fear is actually one of the greatest obstacles on the path of our development. It's that emotion that can literally paralyze your body, your mind. You cannot really think rationally when you are afraid, and then you start doing irrational things that you would have never done if you were not under stress. Just think about it. Why do we feel fear in general? So one reason is when we see a threat to our life because we simply don't want to die. And another reason is when we experience something that never experienced before, such as a coronavirus, and we don't know what to expect. So why this is happening? It happens because we are creatures of habits and we don't like uncertainties. There are a few approaches that can help us to deal with fear: psychological and psychospiritual. So psychological approach differentiates inborn fear and imposed fear. Inborn fear is stored in our body as a self-defense mechanism that helps us to survive. So this type of fear gives us extra power physically, and this type of fear turns on our survival mode. The other one is imposed, and in order to deal with the imposed version, we have to go into direct confrontation with fear. So if you will try to hide this emotion inside of you, it will start growing, it will accumulating in your body, that will eventually cause you some health problems or mental breakdown. But if you face the fear, it will go away. My spiritual teacher says that there are very few things in our life that we have full control of, and the way we choose to react on certain things is one of them. Of course, we can think only positive thoughts and we can expect nothing but the best from the universe, but the truth is that bad things happen, and I truly believe that they happen for the reason. So now let's talk about coronavirus. It's a real thing, although many people are still kind of like trying to deny it. And it's something that happened not only to one person. It affects the entire population. And this is a big problem, and we need to solve it together. I'm a big supporter of the idea that in order to solve the problem, we have to go to another level beyond where the problem originated. And this is something that I personally do every time when something unpleasant happens in my life. This is what I do. So I choose to look at this situation with coronavirus not at the level of just, guys, go and wash your hands every 10 minutes, because the deep reason why this is all happening to us is obviously not because we didn't wash our hands. It's obvious to me that the universe is trying to teach us a lesson, and every single of us should think about what lesson should we learn as individuals and as a society. It's so funny to me to see how many people are making immune boosters, hoping that their body and their immune system will be strong enough to resist the virus. And my question to these people: have you always been so respectful to your body by providing it with healthy and nutritious foods to help your body to function properly? Or it just happens now when you rely so much on your immune system? So we're ready to drink as many ginger shots as needed just to make sure that in case if we get sick, our body will be strong enough to fight the virus. In some countries, people are locked up in their apartments with their family members, and now they have a lot of time to be around each other, talk to each other, support each other, take care of each other. Are we always that supportive to our family members? or we are so busy at work that we just choose to believe that we don't have time to spend with our close ones, that we would rather stare at our phones during the dinner rather than communicating to each other. The next one is water and food is sold out and everybody's freaking out because, guys, guess what? We cannot survive without food and water. But every single day we waste an enormous amount of food and water. A few days ago I spent a night in the ER with my husband because he broke his hand and we had to wait for our doctor to show up for 10 hours. And when our nurse came in to give us, some pills, she told that she was finishing her 16 or 17 hour shift and she was half alive. And when the doctor showed up, who was supposed to put the bones back, I was praying that this person had at least 6 hours of his sleep so he can make the right medical decision. And not because he's a bad doctor, simply because of this sleep deprivation, since these people work crazy amount of hours. So my question is, do we always respect and appreciate others people's work, or we do that only when we know that our life depends on them? And now I'm not talking only about doctors who literally gave up their lives to learn how to save hours, but about people from other professional industries as well. People who are making our lives more convenient by delivering our food straight to our doors, people who fix electricity in our apartments because we simply cannot imagine our life without TV or fridge that is functioning. Guys, I can go on and on. What lesson should we learn from this? How we should change our behavior towards our body, our nature, and people. I hope that every single of us, instead of just going and washing our hands every 10 minutes, will make one step back to think about these things and will make certain adjustments in their lives to make sure that we respect our body, that we respect our nature, and that we respect every single person who surrounds us.